Scene 7, the 6-second landing. Narrator 7, the weather has passed. The chairs can loosen back into a circle. The rose is kept in her bell until the prince decides otherwise. Narrator 7, the moon has ordinary dust. In this last scene, Cyrus is called Coyote. Coyote, at last, a location with low expectations. Cindy Lou, do not say that before landing. Coyote, I say nothing before landing. I only conduct a small running commentary for the ship's morale. Narrator 7, the paper sail comes down with too much speed, corrects, comes down again and lands on all 3 struts. Thud, 1 beat, Cindy Lou, there is air, Coyote, air remains popular, Cindy Lou, the pressure is ordinary, Coyote, excellent, I have always preferred an ordinary pressure. Cindy Lou, the landing struts are bent, Coyote, less excellent, Cindy Lou, but they are holding, Narrator 7, the outer hatch sticks as it always does. Coyote expects it to make its cupboard sound and require a shoulder. Instead, the glitch turns the wheel and pushes, and the door opens easily, not with a grand revelation, only with a small release of old seals. Coyote, 40 years of locks and that one was never latched either. The glitch, I am aware. Narrator 7, warm air comes in. It smells of dust, stone, and something green too far away to see. The glitch steps down first. The dust accepts his boots. Coyote, the ground is firm enough to be rude about it. Cindy Lou, good ground. They sit near one another on an imaginary rock shelf. Leave ordinary, comfortable space between people as the room requires. The prince puts the rose's bell down where all can see it. Narrator 7, above them 3 moons continue their quiet arrangements. The chorus, the port far away in memory, begins its cadence. This time it is gentle, even ceremonial. Chorus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The chorus does not turn away. Nobody speaks. Do not move on yet. The 6th second. Facilitator readers hold 6 full actual seconds of silence now. Count privately if helpful. It will feel long, that is correct. No music, no narration, no one rescues it. Keep the lights unchanged if on a stage. If someone laughs, hold the silence anyway. The laugh is part of it. At 6 seconds, continue with the next line as though nothing has happened. Coyote, well, Cindy Lou, the port strut is bent 14 degrees, Coyote. Then it is a very expressive landing. The glitch, you directed us into the heavier band. Coyote, yes, the glitch, that was not correct procedure. Coyote, no, the glitch, it was effective. Coyote, that will do. The prince, the weather had to feel us. Coyote, something like that. The rose makes a sharp tap. Cindy Lou, it wants out. The prince, it has never had ordinary air. Coyote, it has been complaining about air for 3 years. The prince, it has been protected. He puts a thumb on the latch and opens the bell. A tiny release of pressure. The rose bends toward the air, then makes a long, distinctly irritated rustle. Cindy Lou, that means yes, the prince. That means it finds the conditions unacceptable. Cindy Lou, still alive though. The prince, yes. He leaves the bell open. The glitch opens the front of his coat. Its remaining mirrors face the sky. He considers them. The glitch. Should I remove the rest? Cindy Lou, not if you do not want to. The glitch waits. Cindy adds after checking an imagined sail circuit. Cindy Lou, also the missing ones are holding the sail circuit together. Coyote, that is almost tender. Cindy Lou, it is true. Coyote, I take back nothing. Narrator 7, the glitch closes neither clasp. Coyote lies back in the dust, his loose boot pointing at the moons. The prince switches on his signal reader. The prince, it says they were received. Cindy Lou, they were broadcast from our ship. The prince, yes. Cindy Lou, that counts. Narrator 7, at the hatch, the paper sails labels are still visible. Sail, not sail, definitely not sail. Ask first. Cindy Lou, the hatch is open. Coyote, it is still showing off. Cindy Lou, no, it is open. Narrator 7, she leaves it that way. Nobody counts the distance between them. Coda, optional, the knock at the hull, for 2 readers, after a breath. The prince reads the goose, a chorus reader reads the knock. No one needs an accent. An upturned chair may be a boat. Narrator 7, on a cold marsh at the end of the reeds there is an upturned boat. Under it lives a goose. The prince, I have the whole marsh, cold water, eels. A particular reed bed where the light comes in low around 4 and turns everything to brass. I can fly. I know the door is open. Narrator 7, her wing broke once and healed. Her coat is quiet. She does not think badly of herself. She is by any honest measure a goose in good order. The prince, and still most nights there is an ache in my chest like a stone I have not loaded. Narrator 7, she checks the ballast, nothing undeclared. She checks the door, unlocked. She checks the coat, quiet as a church. The prince, then what is it? Narrator 7, the boat does not answer, being a boat. 3 quiet taps on a chair, knee, or table. Chorus, there's a light in your seams. The prince, it's a bad seam. Chorus, I know, I'm standing in the drip from it. The prince, are you coming in or are you going to stand there narrating my roof? Chorus, I was waiting to be asked. It's rude otherwise. 1 ordinary pause. No one explains it. The prince, come in then. Narrator 7, the other one comes in. It does not matter what the other one is. Something wet, something that has been out in it. It sits on the far side of the hull and shakes itself, which is inconsiderate and does not apologize. Chorus, you don't have to talk about it. The prince, I wasn't going to. Chorus, good. I'm tired. Narrator 7, they sit with the rain going over them. In the morning the other one leaves. It does not promise to return. The goose stands in the cut door and watches it go. The prince, the ache is still here. Narrator 7, but she has a new piece of information now. The ache had a shape, and the shape was another animal. A breath. Then, plainly, This is the part nobody likes. Narrator 7. The following winter, the goose walked a long way down the reed bed to a place where somebody else lived. She stood outside in the cold for some while. Nobody made her do it. Nobody was coming. The prince. I was not willing to spend another 11 years listening to my own breathing while I waited for the marsh to be fair. 3 taps, hers this time, on the outside of somebody else's wall. Narrator 7. It went badly the first time. It went badly the second time, too. 1 beat. Narrator 7. It did not always go badly. Production notes. For a stage production, use a bare stage, 5 chairs, and a small playing area with no scenery. The named readers can remain seated until a line requires them to rise. The play should look like people discovering the scene together, not like a simulation of space travel. A coat, a wrench, a jar or bell for the rose, and 1 stone are enough. Let handwritten paper labels do more work than projected effects. Seat the chorus among and around the audience rather than in a line on stage. The port, the coat voices, and ahs should arrive from the room itself, so the institution surrounds everyone without becoming a villain costume. Chorus direction should be very precise and very calm. The comedy comes from how earnestly the system misreads a human moment. Every thud is 1 collective palm strike followed by a beat. Do not overbuild the storm. Breath, fabric, hands, and voices are more useful than sound design. The beacon calls in scene 6 should be rough and particular, never pretty enough to become a song. For the 6th second, keep the lights unchanged. No blackout, fade, underscoring, or shift in focus. A blackout lets the audience off. Hold 6 real seconds after 5. Even if someone laughs, then continue. The silence is not an effect, it is the landing. Adapted from the novella by the author, released without ownership. Take what serves, leave the rest by the river.